your profession for the people.
Sure, Matthew John. I teach American history at Veterans Memorial High School.
Can we have a fun fact about you, Mr. John?
Sure. I have 3 first names, Matthew, Thomas, and John, and people have a hard time figuring out what my last name is. Even people I've worked with for decades still don't know my last name.
Which is really funny. Okay, Mr. John, do you believe the American dream is still a reality today?
Yes, I do. I certainly do. Yes.
Okay, if you do, which you do, how would you define this American dream?
I think the American dream is to be the best person you can be and to do whatever you want to do, free of government interference or any sort of restriction. I think it's a pretty universal dream that people have had since the country's existed, or heck, even before the country existed.
So do you feel like this applies to you personally?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy what I do. No one forced me to be a teacher. I can certainly leave the profession if I want, but I wouldn't. I enjoy it. I had a lot of opportunities to do what I do. I have opportunities to do other things. But I think most of the teachers that I know enjoy it, and most of the people that don't like the jobs that I know, not exactly teachers, but they're free to change professions and change what they want to do. It's one of the great things about where we live.
So, do you think that this dream changes across race, ethnicity, and age, or do you think it's a universal concept?
Yeah, I think it's pretty universal. I mean, it might be more difficult for certain groups to achieve their ultimate goals, but you know, we've made a lot of strides in this country to even the playing field and to remove barriers that people had previously had in front of them. So I think that's a great thing, and one of the things I like about teaching American history.
What do you think keeps the dream alive?
Well, that's a good question. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to have a good answer to it. I just think it's something that everyone has. You know, I mean, you look around what's happening in the world, and it seems to be constantly falling apart, no matter whether it's now or 30 years ago or 100 years ago. There's always people who want to better themselves and want to better their families, and they're always wanting to come here. I mean, this is one of the best places to come to achieve your dream.
Do you think your version of the American dream affects the way that your children perceive the American dream?
I think so. I hope so. I mean, they're going to be encouraged to do whatever they want to do and pursue whatever career that makes them happy.
Thank you for your time, Mr. John.
It was my pleasure. It was wonderful to sit down with you.
Cool, Mr. John.
All right.
But I've got in my mind made up this time, 'cause there's a many.
And I work for Heyyyyyyy. I'm a customer service representative. And a fun fact, I've lived in 3 different continents: North America, of course, in Europe, and Asia.
Oh, cool. Okay. Do you believe the American dream is still a reality?
I believe the American dream is still a reality for every American.
How would you define it, and what does it mean to you?
I would define the American dream as being a provider, trying to pursue a better life for yourself, and then for your children, trying to raise a family in a good environment. And,
Okay. Do you think it changed? No, wait, where am I? What do you think keeps the dream alive?
everybody having an equal opportunity and having a fair shot at pursuing the dream.
Do you think it changes across race, age, and ethnicity? And if so, how so?
I believe the American dream does change according to ethnicity. People from different socioeconomic status have more. Some people have a easier access for the American dream than other people. If you're born in a place with high crime and the people that you go to school with that don't really prioritize school, it's probably going to be more difficult for you to be able to make it out of there and accomplish the American dream than for someone that lives in a very good neighborhood and be surrounded by people that put a great value in education and stuff like that.
How do you think the dream is going to change as we move forward as a society?
I think people from the American dream can be easier to achieve for Hispanics in the future, as we will become the biggest minority group in America by around 2050. I think we're going to have a better opportunity for second and third generation Hispanics in this country than people that are first generation Hispanics. I think it's probably going to be easier for Hispanics in the future to accomplish the American dream.
Cool. Thank you. And okay, this last one, I have to admit, didn't prepare you too much for it. But do you think your version of the American dream affects what your children will live later on?
I think it will. I think my children will see my accomplishments as a standard. If I place a standard high, they would want to pursue the same goals, if not higher. So I would imagine that it will affect them.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, let me just end this.
And all the people say you can't wake up, this is not a dream. You're part of a machine, you are not a human being.
Please state your name, profession, and a fun fact about yourself.
Hi, my name is Veronica Frizan. I am a suffering high school student and executive producer of Andrea's Life. A fun fact about myself would be that I do banana art, which doesn't mean that I draw bananas everywhere, but I like to draw on the peel of a banana using a safety pin.
Present. Darn, you see now I'm messing up.
It's okay, here.
Do you believe the American dream is currently a reality?
Yes, I do.
How would you define it, and what does it mean to you?
I would define the American dream as a capability of climbing the social hierarchy despite certain circumstances that may inhibit you from your goals. So in my case, or at least in my grandfather's case, he came from Iran because there was political unrest and an impending invasion in that period of time. So when he came to America, he found security both in the environment and in monetary value.
What do you think keeps the dream alive?
I think the hope or desire that if you're in a bad situation, you'll get out of it.
Do you think this dream changes across race, age, and ethnicity? And if so, how so?
Yes and no. It changes because everyone comes from different backgrounds and we all want different things. So, but no, it doesn't change because all in all, everyone wants to achieve some level of success.
How do you think the dream will change as we move forward as a society?
As different problems arise in society, the dream will change to accommodate those problems. But it won't change the integrity of the American dream.
Okay, last question. Do you think your version of the American dream will alter the way that your children live and the way that they perceive the dream?
Well, I don't have children, but I do hope that my desire for success will inspire them to strive for something great, which so.
Okay, well, Veronica, thank you so much for your time. Have a cheese stick.
Cheese sticks, I love cheese sticks.
Woo, who's the best host ever?